Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to show you how to make a Flappy Bird game in Scratch. Like this, the one I am playing here. So this is a simple concept. Here you can see when I lose, I can click on restart and restart again infinite times. Every time I lose, I can restart. Here you can see. And the levels are generated infinitely and randomly. So first of all, create a new project. So now name this Flappy Bird. On anything you want. I'm naming it Flappy Bird. You can name it anything, Flappy Scratch, Flappy thing, and etc. So then delete this sprite, make a new sprite called Flappy, and just to make some customizations like this, name costume to 1, delete this sound, go to backdrop, set backdrop name to 1, then delete this sound, then delete this variable, and here we are all set. A clear project. Just set x and y to 0. And here you can make a bird or anything you want for your game. I recommend snapping it to the center so that it follows the physics we make. So I have a thing. I know this doesn't look good, but this is for the tutorial. So let's get started. First of all, when the green flag clicked, broadcast message green flag. This makes our scripts less heavy for the green flag button, so the sprite will take the when the green flag clicked, and it is broadcast are lighter and faster than green when the green flag clicked. So now when I receive green flag, then start. The green flag would be the game will be starting, means the mechanisms will be starting, and the start will start the game itself. So if you want to make a start menu, you can just make this script like this. So instead of broadcasting start here, we'll broadcast with the play button. So when I receive start, then this is it. Go to front layer and show, and also switch to costume 1. Now go to variables and make say 2 variables, scroll x for all sprites and y velocity for all sprites. You can make these hidden, and now we'll set scroll x to 0, and also set y velocity to 0. And now we'll start like, let's make the controls for this player first. So when it is not touching anything ground, so it will fall, and it doesn't need to touch that, so it will fall. So change, here you can see we'll not change y by this, but instead we'll change y velocity by minus say 1. So this will be a particularly slow, and then we can put here change y by y velocity. So we don't need to put everywhere that change y by this. So here you can see this falls when we are not touching anything, and if we set y velocity to 0, it will just not change y. So now we can put here like, now this is falling, so we also need to make it fly. So when I receive start, also put here go to x0 and y0, so it does not go here. And so now when I receive start, forever if mouse down, so when the mouse button will be down, so it will just change y velocity by say 10. That would be good, or just set instead. So if it be in a negative values, it will just bring it up. So just set, or you can randomize this like say 8 to 10, a higher jump or lower jump, or you can just set it to 10. I am setting it to 10. So now then just it will do this, and it will keep on doing that if the mouse is down. So put here wait until not mouse down. So it will wait until the mouse is released. So the player won't just hold it. So now you can see this is jumping, but this doesn't show any rotation. So we'll put like just turn 4 or 1 degree. I'm setting it to 2 degree. Here you can see, but it keeps on rotating on left when we click. So it chances of just going in the negative values. So we can just do like, when I duplicate this, forever if remove this script, then make here greater than 1. If direction is greater than 90, or sorry, direction is less than 90, then it will just turn 1 or 2 degrees if you want. We can put 1 for accuracy, and you won't go in any decimal values, as this is 2 and this is 1, so that can't go in decimal values. So here you can see it is just doing that perfectly, and you can just set it to 4 to see something big, or just point in direction 45 or any value you want. Here you can see, and also go here and put point in direction 100, and also put it here. So it is not pointing in the straight direction, instead it is pointing in a upper direction. Here you can see I make this. If you want, you can change the values. Now also we have made this bird like thing, so now we can do like just make another sprite called, say, level, set x and y to 0, set costume name to 1, delete the sound, and here we are all set. So now you can make level like this and this, like this. And here you can see we have this level here. Just flip it vertically to have this one, and you can just set it randomly here. I have this first level, then you can make second. So I have two. These are easy. You can just increase the number of these, so we can randomize. And now go here. When I receive green flag, we won't put anything when the green flag clicked. Instead we'll put when I receive green flag, just hide, and when I receive start, just hide. We are working with the clones and not the sprite itself. So we'll put here forever create clone of myself, and also here put here make a variable called clone number for the sprite only, and then set clone number to 0 here, and also set scroll x to 0. So here you can see we can change clone number by 1, and we can make another script like when I receive start forever, just to change scroll x by, say, 5 or -5, so it will go back and not front. So now these are the scripts, so it will create clones immediately. So we can just put a delay as like 0.1 second, so this will go infinitely. It might make into lag, so you can increase the delay to prevent lag, but I have a good PC, so I don't need this. So now when I receive start, or sorry, when I start as a clone, then you can make a variable called clone ID for the spread only, make it hidden, set clone ID to clone number. So you can watch my video on setting variables for the clones. If you are lucky, it will be out, and I'm just making on it. So now when I set clone ID to clone number, the clone gets the clone ID variable, and if I put here like set clone ID to 0 or put it inside the forever loop, it won't change the value inside the clone. So it will just set clone number, and clone number is, even if it is a single sprite value, it won't change. And to assign value variables to clone, you can just set it to for the sprite only, or it won't work. So set clone id to clone number, and then go to front layer and then show, then say forever, go to x0 and y0 and just put here a statement like plus, and put here scroll x plus, just put here 4AD into 0 or 1, or just put here the value this clone id, so it will go according to the clone number as it is changing every time. So here you can see this is the script for the level. And now let's see. And also don't forget to put here, we have two costumes, so here we have to put pick random 1 to 2, so it will choose any costume. So here you can see now these are created, and we can just jump through them. Here you can see I am not out when I pass through them, but you can jump easily. So to make this happen, just put here, go to player and put here when I receive start forever if touching mouse pointer, touching level, then just stop all, or you can put a screen like you lose. So yeah, just we have this. And now for now you can put this, or you can just put here or touching edge. So if it touches the ground or the top, it will lose. Here you can see when I touch this, the game stops. You can just add a screen you lose like just broadcast, and broadcast you lose, and then just here you can put wait until, and also make a variable called resume for all sprites, make it hidden, and just put here wait until resume is equal to 1. So when we receive you lose, so it will just set resume to 0. Now resume is a variable we can make to pause games. If resume is equal to 1 means the game is resumed, we can play the game, and if it is 0, the game is paused. So we'll pause the game and it will broadcast you lose, and just the screen. When I click on the restart button, then it will just say set resume to 1, and we'll just resume the script to avoid infinitely just broadcasting this if it is touching the edge. Now just make a new sprite called you lose screen if you want. Now set x and y to 0, just set costume name to 1, and then delete the sound effect. Now just make something like you lose screen. So I have a screen. You can just segregate every item like the restart button and the background with the you lose. So here you can see I've just segregated, like this is the background, there you lose, and this is the restart button. We don't need to make it to the center. So now go to scripts, and when I receive green flag, then hide, and when I receive start, then hide, and when I receive you lose, hide. So this will just hide. We can use the clones to make this. So just you can watch my video on my algorithm for making games, so you can just understand the script I am going to make now. Just make a block called build with the number input, then start, another the number input naming start. Run without screen flash should be checked or ticked in your language, and then make a variable called clone number for the sprite only, then set clone number to start, and then repeat build number times, change clone number by 1, and then create clone of myself. So here you can see just put here in when I receive you lose hide, and then build we have two items, the restart button and the background, so 2 and then 0 in the start. So now go to when I start as a clone, just put your go to front layer and then show. It will just display when it is made. And now if clone number is equal to, yeah, you can see clone number is equal to 1, just make it hidden, then switch to costume background and then duplicate this. We don't need any script for the background. Now clone number 2, let's switch to costume restart button, put here a forever loop, and if else touching mouse pointer, we'll make a active effect. So just set brightness effect to say -5, and here you can see we have a gray button to make it invisible, or just have this restart and not the box beside it. You can just set it to 5 as my, you can see the brightness is 95. If I change it by 5, it will just turn white. So you can just put here 5, it will just turn bright white, and then put here if, and touching mouse pointer and mouse down, wait until not mouse down, and then you can just put your broadcast, and then you lose, oh sorry, just make a new restart. It will restart the game, and just make a variable called delete all clones with a question mark for the spread only, make it hidden. And when I start as a clone forever, if just duplicate this, and instead of this put here delete all clones. Delete all clones is equal to 1, then delete this clone, and here we'll just put set clone number, or sorry, delete all clones to 0, so it won't delete as when it is created. And also put here when I receive restart, just set delete all clones to 1, and then duplicate this and set it to 0. But this won't work if you don't add a delay. Just put here wait 0.1 seconds. So it will just set it to 1 and everything will be deleted. It will wait and just set it to 0 for the next time. So here you can see now when I start the game, and when I lose this, you can see restart button. When I click it, you can see the game is restarted from the point we left. So we can just put here when I receive restart, you can just copy this thing and just duplicate and put it here, and also these two variables you can duplicate this here. So it will just set the values back to the same. Now go to level, and also when I receive restart, just set clone number to 0, and just put here a script if else, and resume is equal to 1, or else it will delete this clone and put this here in the forever loop. And also put it, just duplicate this boolean we made and put here an if statement, and just put this here. You can set the delay to 1 second if you want, as in 1 second we won't reach any top, or just 0.5 seconds if you are very fast. Here you can see I lost restart. Here you can see we can play from starting. Here you can see we cannot play things, and also just put here if statement for not falling when the game is paused. Just duplicate this, wait until resume is equal to 1, put it here, and just duplicate this again and put this here, not here but here, and also here, so the player won't be active. And also here set resume to 1, duplicate this and put it here, and here too. So the game is started with the resume 1. Here you can see when I play, I am not losing and the game is working. But when I lose, restart, and here you can see the game is started back, restarted. You can just do it infinite times. So here we have a working, oh sorry, so here we have a working Flappy Bird game. You can just play it infinite times. You can make a score system. If you request, I can make a video on that if you want, or you can make it yourself. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next tutorial. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell or notification so you don't miss the next tutorial I upload. And also hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and learned something from this. Thank you.